Here comes Kimi Antonelli. Andrea Kimi Antonelli out on track in his number 12 Mercedes. He is screaming down the front straight into turn number 1. Now he comes into turn 2. And Andrea is looking really fast in his Mercedes. 546 explain how good is Kimi Antonelli so far this season? Well, he's already racked up 2 wins, one of them being back-to-back, winning at Suzuka, Japan, and then at Istanbul Park in Turkey. So you know Antonelli is definitely one to fight for as he puts up the fastest first sector time. Kimi Antonelli is the man to beat, and he is the number 1 driver for Mercedes. I couldn't agree more. Kimi Antonelli is definitely a force to be reckoned with in Mercedes as Verstappen puts up the fastest second sector. But Kimi Antonelli is looking really good in his career with Mercedes, and he's still technically still teen. I believe he's 19 years old, and Andrea is looking really good. He and Junebug are the same age for now because obviously Junebug's birthday is tomorrow as Valtteri Bottas puts up the fastest first sector now instead of Kimi Antonelli. But of course, Bottas, he's done pretty good in his Mercedes before back in the day. But now it's Antonelli's turn. But Antonelli replacing Lewis Hamilton because before Hamilton drove that Mercedes in 2024 before he moved to Mercedes, not before he moved to Ferrari in 2025 last year. Hamilton spent most of his career at Mercedes, at least for the second half of his career. During the first half of his career, he was a part of McLaren, then he joined Mercedes, and now he's a part of the Ferrari F1 team with his substitute teammate Arthur Leclerc. Well, here comes Valtteri Bottas. Let's see what time he can put up. Bottas goes up to 4th. And here is the soon-to-be birthday boy, turning 20 years old on Friday, the same day as qualifying, Bent Oliver Junebug. Junebug is absolutely excited, I can tell you that. And he's looking really fast, too. It's been a perfect weekend for EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac. And just in general, they've been really good throughout Azerbaijan. Before they became EN7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac, they were just called EN7 Trackhouse Racing F1 Team. And they were really incredible throughout Azerbaijan. You know, last year Junebug dominated the weekend as usual. He was really fast. He got the new lap track record in qualifying last year with the Trackhouse Racing 91 F1 car, or TR91 for short. This is the TR92, which is Trackhouse Racing 92. And it's really incredible to see Junebug, this young American from Brookhaven, Wisconsin, is absolutely incredible, especially in Azerbaijan. And he will go up to P1. Yes, he does. That is yet another pole for the American man. Well, 250 years of America, might as well make it another incredible pole, even though he's not in America, he's in Azerbaijan. Just wait till we get to the U.S. Grand Prix. Just wait till we get to the Miami Grand Prix, the United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas, and then the Las Vegas Grand Prix on the Las Vegas Strip. That'll be quite a weekend for Junebug. He's won all 3 of those tracks, including the added track of Indianapolis. So you know Junebug is really good when he's racing at home in the U.S. We talked about how good Junebug is. He's won every single American race in his rookie year. He's running with the pros, and he's just doing absolutely incredible in his new Formula One life. Well, let's take a look at this boy. Here's another incredible young gun. If you don't know the name Leclerc from his brother Charles Leclerc, get used to it, especially now with his brother substituting in for him. His brother, Arthur Leclerc. He's done really good in Formula racing, mainly in Formula 2 and Formula 3. He did pretty good. He's been a part of Ferrari's driver academy for quite a bit of a while, much like his Well, to Charles's late and great godson, Jules Bianchi, who sadly passed away in 2015 following the very unfortunate crash in 2014 at the Suzuka Grand Prix. But you know for sure that Arthur, much like his brother Charles, can do incredible wonders. You never know what he can do, especially by the F1 car. I mean, anybody with the name Leclerc, I reckon, will do pretty well in any form of motorsport. It might not even be F1. We've seen Charles Leclerc do well, but now it may be time for his brother Arthur to perform really well. So we'll see how Arthur can do in his second official Formula One race in Azerbaijan and Baku. Here comes Arthur across the line. Arthur goes up to 11th. Pretty good stuff again from Arthur, and if anything, as long as Arthur is doing really well in his F1 tenure, substituting in for his brother after injury sustained at the Turkish Grand Prix, you definitely know for sure that Arthur is definitely going to do well, especially again considering the unfortunate incident that happened at the Turkish Grand Prix. So you know that while Charles is still recovering from his injuries following the crash of the Turkish Grand Prix, Arthur is just going to do really well in his tenure for Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas, meanwhile, goes up to third. Here comes Junebug across the line to start his official flying lap. And you know, again, we talked about this before. Junebug is an absolute master. He does an absolute masterclass when it comes to racing in the rain, and then doing well on a street circuit. When you combine those factors, you'll get what we call a Junebug masterclass. Well, in my personal opinion, the real Junebug masterclass has to be the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort, where he led every single lap, and he lapped the entire grid. That's right. He put all the other 21 cars one lap down. He lapped them all. And he led every single lap at the Dutch Grand Prix last year. That just showed the whole world that, oh yeah, Junebug is here to stay, and he's here for the long haul. He wants to show that American drivers can do well in Formula One in the modern era. Yeah, he wasn't the only one too. We had Logan Sargent, but he didn't do a good job at Williams, so now he's in the WEC racing for the Ford Mustang LMGT3 team, competing in the WEC, which is live on the main Speed channel as we're watching this on Speed HD. And, you know, it's been absolutely incredible to see Junebug out here. He knows how to perform. He can drive well. And yes, he's definitely here for the long haul. He wants to show the world that in his second year, he wants to show the world that last year was not a fluke, and he can do it again. He'll go back to back in terms of going for the world championship for the team and for himself. He wants to show everybody he is not going to be a number 2 driver anytime soon, and that he's here for a long time in Formula One. Yes, Junebug is definitely a force to be reckoned with in terms of young gun drivers in Formula One, as well as, well, maybe I guess you could say his chessmate partner, Kimi Antonelli. He's done really well, and you can also say the same for Liam Lawson, the New Zealand native, and his Racing Bulls car. Well, that's how we're going to end things off here as Junebug with 33 seconds left on the clock. Junebug is going to be on pole once again, back to back. Fastest in second practice, and the final and third practice, Junebug is fastest. It's a perfect weekend for Ian 7 Trackhouse Racing Cadillac so far. They've gotten pole in all 3 practice sessions. And we'll see if they can back it up with a pole position, which will be incredible because it'll be Junebug's birthday. So we'll see how the birthday boy can do in qualifying. We're going to find that out real soon. So it's Bent Oliver Junebug who'll take pole from Piastri, Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Antonelli, Max Verstappen, Isaac Hadjar, Arvid Lindblad, Carlos Sainz, and then George Russell and Ollie Bearman. Great stuff. And a bit of a rough break for Ferrari and Lando Norris as Arthur Leclerc is 12th, Hamilton 15th, and Lando 16th. They still got to work on Lando's McLaren. I don't know what's going on with Lando. It's been a mixed bag of chips for him. Yes, but tune in tomorrow for qualifying on Speed.